everyone, Dennis Speigel here. You know, all of us face things we prefer not to talk about, but we have to so we can identify problems and make positive changes. One major issue is the security of our guests. Earlier this week, I spoke about guest safety. While safety and security do go hand in hand, they're entirely different programs in our operations, each carrying a significant weight on our business success. This is not an easy topic to discuss, but it's a necessary one. Unfortunately and sadly, the world we live in today has seen more tragic public shootings than ever before. One needs only to follow the news to hear about yet another active shooter situation, terrorist act, or some type of bombing. Just this month alone, we've heard about a gunman who set off a smoke bomb and opened fire on a subway in Brooklyn, a mass shooting in Sacramento nightclub district, multiple shooters that opened fire at a large private party in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, shootings at an Easter celebration in a busy shopping mall in South Carolina. And those are just a few of the tragedies happening in our world today. Of course, we can easily recall a number of the largest mass casualty events that have occurred globally, and most, if not all, took place in large public gathering places, such as the van that drove across London Bridge targeting pedestrians, the suicide bomber that opened gunfire during a major concert in Manchester, the vehicle that ran down pedestrians at a Christmas market in Berlin, the shooting at a nightclub in Orlando, the multi-attacks in Paris that took place in restaurants, a concert hall, and a sports stadium where 130 were killed and 350 wounded, basically all at the same time. And the man who, from his hotel room, opened fire on an outdoor music festival in Las Vegas, killed 60 people and wounded over 400. I could go on, but the important point to make is that high-profile injuries and deaths from gunfire, bombs, or vehicles tend to take place at high-profile locations that contain a large number of people, such as shopping malls, banks, supermarkets, hospitals, schools, churches, festivals, restaurants, stadiums, airports, on public transportation, and more. My question is, from that list, what's missing? Theme parks and amusement parks and attractions. While we've been spared mass casualties from a shooting or bombing situation, we have to be vigilant and alert, prepared for potential security invasions. Even with security measures in place, there have been instances of weapons being found inside a park. Remember the semi-automatic weapon found in the guest seat on a ride at Disney's Animal Kingdom a few years back? And how did it get through security is the question. Speaking of Disney, they reported having seen a spike in visitors carrying firearms after the start of the pandemic. At least 20 people were arrested on gun charges in 2020, compared to only 4 in 2016. This coincides with the fact that 2020 was the busiest year on record for sales of firearms, a whopping 65% higher than 2019 sales. I remember hearing about a park in the US that reintroduced unobtrusive security gates. After reinstituting these gates, park officials said they were absolutely shocked by the types of contraband they found. Guns, knives, ice picks, brass knuckles, and more. It happens, but needs to be better guarded against to prevent future occurrences and, as importantly, to keep weapons from getting past security and into the parks. So think about security at your facility. Are you doing enough? At your front gate, what do people encounter? One lone security guard poking around in purses and backpacks with a wooden stick for a few seconds? Is this enough? Or a highly technical metal detector or electronic gate system designed to identify any kind of weapon? Ask yourself, How easy would it be for someone to sneak something into your park? When guests come to our theme parks, of course, they're not thinking about being frisked or scanned upon arrival, but the realities of today's world remind us that operators must have in place proper security measures. I believe that 99.9% of the guests who visit parks do not mind being searched, scanned, or passing through electronic security gates. If it will make their visit safer, they're open to being checked before being allowed to enter. Only those trying to conceal something really care. Security in our industry was ramped up after 911. But after a few years, security at many places and parks grew lax again, except for airports. Today, security has crept into our daily lives. Cameras are everywhere, traffic intersections, in stores, outside of stores, and places we never see. It's expected. As atrocities continue to occur around the globe and knowing that firearm sales are increasing, we have to be more vigilant about security in our amusement parks and attractions. There's no time to be lax. So, has the time come for all amusement facilities to make the move to uniformly put in place more advanced entry measures? In the last couple of years, technology has improved. The old school bag checks are being replaced by more sophisticated systems for threat detections at parks like Disney, Universal, Dollywood, Kings Island, and Hershey Park. Is it time for the others to do the same? Whether human, electronic, animal, or some other form, security measures need to be continually explored, employed, and heightened. It is important that whatever measures you put in place cannot be questioned if a dire event was to occur. We owe this to our guests, to our employees, and to our own peace of mind. Have a great season.